Hi, welcome to a2zknowledge.com. So today we are going to discuss about types of executions in Python. So with the hello world, we gonna do this types of executions. So after installing Python, so what are all the ways that I can execute my hello world program? Okay, so let me show you that. So in general, once you have installed, whether it's your Linux machine or it could be your Windows or Mac. So once you installed Python, so what people generally used to do, they used to go for Python shell. Okay, so we call this as REPL, that is read, evaluate, print loop. It's a full form. So REPL is not a keyword or a unique term only for Python. Okay, so in any programming language or the technology you go, if you see there is a REPL, that is a shell, right? So that is REPL. For example, if you take RDBMS databases in MySQL, Oracle, and all, you have the shell, right? SQL shell, which is REPL. And if you take Python, we have REPL. And if you go for R programming language, we have REPL. Whatever you do in the shell, in the command prompt, in the shell, right? So we call it as a REPL. Okay, so for example, I can say REPL language. Python is a REPL language. And if you take Java, from Java 1.9, we got REPL, right? So before Java 1.9, there is no REPLs. Okay, so only in Python we had REPL by the time it is very familiar. And whenever there is a command prompt and in which there is a shell for you to test something, and that is REPL. Okay, when we used to do go ahead with the REPL. So for example, this is REPL of Python. So print, I'm giving hello. Okay, so if you see here, we can use REPL only for testing the syntax or the particular line of a program. Okay, so in real time in productions, we cannot go for REPL for the complete program and uh, development, right? And you cannot deploy this. Deploy means you need a file and in which you have to write a program and you have to send the file to a production and in which you have to run the code from the production with the file. So shell is given only for testing perspective. Okay, so what is the next mode? So compile compile and run with a file. Okay, with a file means just you open a notepad or notepad plus something like this. If you see here, I just have a print statement and I've saved this file with .py, hello.py, and this is a py file, right? So now I'm going to do a compile and run. Okay, so if you see here, I have my hello.py in my desktop. So sorry. Okay. Okay, so if you see here, I'm going to run this Python hello.py. So this is compile and run, and this is not a REPL. Very importantly, this is not shell, and this is a file that I've created, and I'm running that file. Okay, this is the traditional way how which people used to do run it, right? So and not only traditional way, even now, like once you develop the code, when you send the code to your production or to the machine in which the code has to be get executed, so you're just sending to the machine, and from that they used to invoke the Python file by using this command only. Okay, not only I'm just mistakenly used the word traditional. Not only in olden days, even now we are invoking the commands, means the file in production in real time in this way. But if you see, what makes me to say the word traditional is mistakenly, so I'll tell you why. See, while doing the development, right? So I'm not going to run it like this repeatedly. I want to do some development and I'm modifying some piece of code and then in my file and again I cannot go back to my terminal and run it by using Python file name.py. So we use IDE in the development environment. You need an IDE which is called integrated development environment, something like Eclipse or you can go ahead with PyCharm and web-based notebooks like Jupyter. So you have these IDEs and that is what the developers used to use in their daily life. So if you see here, I can show you my PyCharm. So this is an IDE, so in which you can create projects. You can have a lot of Python files you can create, and you can see here I created an hello world.py and I can run something like this. See, run hello world. Yeah, it's got executed. So I'm running it. So I don't want to go to my command prompt and use the command Python and then file name.py for each and every time. Okay, so while doing the development, it is not required, but once the development is completed, I want to send this hello world.py to my production machine, the prod. mission in which the production team will run the file by using the command python space filename.py. So end of day, the deployment will go in that way, but in daily life, in for every each and every time you are modifying something and you want to test it repeatedly, you can go with just right click run as, or there is a run button here. So that is specific to the ID is what you use, the options, and that is simple, right? So here we have discussed like three types of executing the code. One is REPL, that is completely for testing a piece of line or a piece of code, and compile and run is a way that people will write a code in a notepad or some file and then they used to run it via command prompt. And IDEs is where developers are hardly using nowadays, so you have to develop your code completely in that IDE, because IDE gives you a lot of functionalities. You can get compile time errors, and you will be getting the library support and so many stuffs. So the IDs give you a lot of environment things required for Python, and only what you need to do is just concentrate on the logics, creating packages, modules, everything will be very easy with respect to IDEs. Okay, so IDEs in which we develop and we test everything and then we move the file to the production. From production, people used to run the code by using the command python space filename.py. Okay, so these are some three ways we used to do in our daily life, and I've just explained this with the hello world program, and with this you can start your remaining stuffs in Python. So thanks for watching a2znowledge.com. If you really like this video, subscribe channel, forward this to your friends and colleagues. And we do a lot of tech videos in English and Tamil, and we have not only Python, we have so many other videos, tech videos as well. I have shared my LinkedIn and Instagram URL in the description box, and also the complete playlist link for you for getting all the remaining Python videos from me. So it's there in the description box. So thanks for watching.